Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to reading for the week of January 9th. We're going to jump right in here, Cancer, and we're going to look at your current general energies in this first row here. You have this hindrance card, and it says, fate has blocked this path for you. And look, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is fate. So clearly I feel like this is something that's already happened. Yeah, look, you have this Ace of Swords, which is like a victory. So if something has been, it's almost like something was a blessing in disguise. And now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure that one of your more recent readings was kind of about a blessing in disguise, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I kind of feel some of you have experienced like a spiritual flat tire, or maybe you didn't get something that you thought you wanted. It could be love with the Page of Cups, but kind of intuitive. And look, you have this leave the past behind card right here. What's interesting is that this is very similar to Pisces reading. It's not the same. The story is much different. But what I would say is that if you have Pisces in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Pisces, you might want to go watch that reading. But you have this hindrance card. It's almost like there was a spiritual flat tire. I'm pretty sure it was you that in the week of the 2nd, or maybe it was your part 3 of 2023. That'll be linked up in the card in the end of the video, but maybe it was in that video. I can't remember. But what I would say is maybe that's the thing that we're talking about here. There was like some sort of spiritual flat tire, and you're clearly being guided. I mean, it's crazy how this reading is set up. Look at this. You have the Wheel of Fortune to the Hierophant to the Eight of Cups to the Queen of Wands. It's like literally being guided towards something new. Eight of Cups is walking in darkness, but it's also something being eclipsed out of your life. It's the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. And then the Queen of Wands is about kind of boldly moving forward. She kind of represents risk, and we'll talk about that at the end of the reading, but she has to move towards her desires, but she has no guarantee of success. That's why she represents needing to be bold, courageous, needing to really go for what you want. And that's what I feel like this reading is saying. You do have the Page of Cups here, though, and I do feel that this is new love that's coming in for you. So just know that if the thing that didn't work out was a relationship, I mean, look at this. You go Page of Cups to the Hierophant to the Two Wands, like literally marriage in the future. I do feel this could be starting off slow. It could be taking its time. There could be like distance here with the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles showing up there. So if you're meeting a new person, there could be distance. And again, very similar to Pisces reading. So it might be a Pisces with that Page of Cups, but it could also be one of the fixed signs as well. It could be an Aquarius, a Scorpio, Taurus, or a Leo with the Wheel of Fortune. Could also be a Capricorn. You have Scorpio right here, Taurus twice. So, it could be anything, but I definitely feel there is a change in your destiny here. Cancer is basically what this reading is talking about. You have the Death card, a change, a transformation. And the thing here is that the two pillars from the moon show up right back here, and the sun is coming up between those two pillars. So I always look at the Death card as the sun coming up. To me, it's a card of improvement, a change that brings an improvement. Also on top of that, this white rose on his banner there, it kind of represents the pinprick of light in the darkness, just the one thing that can chase the darkness in life away. With the Page of Cups, you have the Tower. We already know that there was a Tower moment here. Again, for some of you, I do feel it's love. If it wasn't love, sorry, I'm getting over like the flu or something, so bear with me. But what I would say is that the Page of Cups, he has that fish in the cup, and it could be something that he is imagining. It could be something that he is dreaming about. It might not actually exist. So there could have been some sort of Tower moment in regards to like a dream, goal, wish, something like that you had. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Judgment card. Damn. Cancer, this is like the most powerful reading you've had in a while. To me, the most powerful combination in the tarot is this right here, is the Tower with the Judgment card. To me, the second most powerful is this right here, Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. And again, I'm not trying to be, hyperbolic here, but to me, this is like, again, when I get a combination like this, to me, it represents like a major revelation, a major wake-up call in your life. And you have some very powerful cards, plus the Death card in the same row. It's like maybe you've had a really strong, awakening at this time. It could be sudden realizations, light bulb moments, things like that going on in your life. With the Death card, you have the Ten of Pentacles. You have really good money cards here. The Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. It's like whatever you're moving towards, is probably going to be more permanent, or is going to be a much more permanent change. Right now I love I always love the 10 of Pentacles, but right now I really love the 10 of Pentacles until the end of 2025. Like I said, I will still love the 10 of Pentacles after that, but it's just like extra right now because we have Uranus and Taurus. And to me, Uranus and Taurus wants us to work on building the 10 of Pentacles, wants us to work on building or leaving a legacy in our life. And that could mean anything for you, Cancer. And that's exactly what I feel you're doing, is that you could be building something permanent, like a permanent business, a permanent relationship. Could be a combination of those two things as well. It looks really nice. Next, in the area of what you need to know right now, you have this Magic Works Through You card, this Scarab Beetle spirit. So I feel you need to realize that your words become reality. You have the Ace of Swords, which is the card of your words becoming reality. The Ace of Swords to me also represents your focus. To me, it can be laser-like focus, being very, very focused on something very specific in your life. So I feel if you want something, change, something positive, if you're having a wake-up call, a major revelation about a direction that you need to move in your life, then I would just focus on it and I would take action. I feel like you're ready. You're probably much more ready than you think with the Knight of Pentacles here. Knight of Pentacles is a card of, kind of hesitating, playing it safe. She needs to not play it safe. The Queen of Wands as well. So I feel like you need to kind of like get moving here, Cancer. But you do have the Ace of Swords, Hierophant, and the Nine of Cups. This is also a victory as well, but it does represent a sacrifice. There's a palm frond right here and an olive branch over here. The palm fronds in the tarot, it can represent a sacrifice or needing to make some sort of sacrifice in your life to be more successful. And it's not like a sacrifice, but looking at this reading, you've already made a sacrifice. You have the Judgment card, Tower. Even on the Judgment card, I always say that those people on the Judgment card are standing in their coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. They need to get moving towards their new life. They need to step out of the coffin. So if you're letting something go, I feel like it's leading you to a victory. You have the Hierophant. I literally feel this could be marriage. Maybe not right now, obviously, if you're just meeting someone new. But I do feel like you could be meeting a person where you're kind of like very connected here. It's kind of funny because I feel like it moves very, very slow. It's funny that also what's popping into my head is that I feel like you could meet a person. It's like you both want it to move faster, but I feel like you're just taking your time. And you know what? I think that's perfectly acceptable. There's like no rush, right? There's no rush to get these things moving, forward faster and faster and faster. I feel like you could be attracting a person where it's like it's really a blessing. I almost feel like these are the two of you right here, these two people. I'm not saying you're both bald, although you could be, but I feel like you are both maybe having learned the same lessons in life. And again, that's the thing that stands out to me here, is I feel like you're attracting a person where, maybe you have very similar stories. Maybe you have very similar lessons that you have been through. And I think that's the thing that will stand out to you the most. Same thing in love as well. It's like, I think that, and what I mean by that is if you attracting this person, it's like, I feel like your love stories, the things that you have been through in life are both very, very similar. And that's probably the thing that will stand out. You have the Nine of Cups, and again, I feel like this is how magic works through you. You have that card that says magic works through you, and this is how, right here. I feel like you need to bathe in the energy of what you want. I always say with the Nine of Cups, if you want love, go love a dog, go love a cat. You have to be in the energy of love before you can have love. I would also make sure, I'm a big fan right now of mimicking success. It's like, it's pretty simple. There are things that successful people do. Are you doing those things? In whatever area of your life you want to be successful in, it doesn't have to be money. Could be anything. Could be love. Could be business. Could be spirituality. Could be your health. It's like, are you doing those things? And if the answer is no, then just start adopting the habits of successful people and you will probably surprise yourself. But let's see what is going on for you here. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yep, material success on the horizon. Definitely really good money reading. So if you're working towards something, I definitely feel like there's an increase in your finances. With the Hierophant, you have the Page of Cups. I mean, are you kidding? Definitely true love coming in for you if you want it. If you don't want love, I feel like you're kind of moving, and even if you do, I feel you could be, kind of exploring your dreams more, exploring, you have this card that says literally explore the possibilities. And I feel that you could be exploring the ideas of like some sort of dream that you have. Like if maybe you wanted to write a book, you might start writing. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you start dabbling in the business, right? It's almost like like the very beginnings, but it looks like a playground to me, Cancer. It's like you're stepping into this playground where you're just kind of like testing things out, not putting too much pressure on yourself. I actually feel this is a good thing for you, not a bad thing, because again, it's allowing you to explore. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. This could be something you've experienced in the past, like lying, cheating, stealing. And again, if you're attracting a new person, I feel like you both have experienced probably lying, cheating, stealing. I do feel that this is something that clearly both of you are going to have to heal from, because, it's like you can't enter into something new and be like, oh, this person is a cheater. But I also feel this person could be doing the same thing. They could be like, oh, this person's a liar, looking at every little thing. So I would be open if you're attracting a new person. Seven of Swords is actually a good card, though. It's a golden card in the tarot, and it kind of represents doing things tactically. So, anything that you're trying to accomplish, I feel like it's saying think smarter, not harder, right? Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Lost card. It says, a major phase of your life is ending. Embrace the newness. I mean, the whole entire reading, you cannot make this up, has been about this. Let go of what was, so you can focus your energy on what is ahead of you. You have this card that says, explore the possibilities. I really feel there's like exciting new possibilities. It's almost as if you could be feeling empty, or I feel like you could be having a weird feeling right now, but I feel like it's because you're moving from something that was like very dense to something that's much lighter. So maybe you feel like a little bit off balance. Maybe you feel like a lack of stability, but you're actually entering into much more freedom. It's like, imagine if you were moving through something like Jello, you would actually feel supported, even though it's much more dense. If you were to go from Jello to water, maybe you would feel off balance. Maybe you wouldn't feel right in the water, but you actually have a lot more freedom in the water. I hope that makes sense. That's like what I'm getting here. It's almost like you're moving to a new energy, but it just doesn't feel right now, but it actually is. I feel it's much more free. I hope that makes sense. Whatever. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Two of Wands here. Again, you're clearly eclipsing something out of your life here, Cancer. I feel like you could just be, cutting out the crap. I feel like I've been saying this to you all of 2022. I was saying this to you. Now, clearly, I'm doing this on the 1st. Happy New Year, 2023. But again, I feel like all last year I was talking to you about kind of cutting out the crap, and it looks to me like you finally have. I feel like you're finally moving forward. You have the Knight of Pentacles as well. Again, a little slow, a little cautious. I would encourage you to kind of get moving forward. The reason I always say get moving with the Knight of Pentacles is because he has these oak leaves on his helmet right here, and the oak leaves kind of say he's ready. He's ready to get moving. He's over-prepared. He knows everything he needs to do to be successful. He just has to do it. He just has to get moving forward. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying like it's time to take action. It's time to get moving, because again, you have the knowledge and wisdom to be successful. Like I already said, I do feel what could be unexpected is new love as well. Could be an earth sign also. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like this person, I feel like you both kind of want to take your time. I wouldn't move too slowly. You have the Four of Pentacles right next to it, which could say that both people are moving too slowly because they're both holding on to the past. And what I mean by this is I don't mean you're holding on to the past, but I feel like some of you could be holding, and the person coming in for you, again, it's like you're not mirroring each other. I hate that term, but I feel like you're just very similar in what you've been through. And it's like I see you both holding on to maybe the hurts or the pains or whatever. It's like you're not holding on to the person, but you're holding on to what they did. And so again, if you find this happening, talk about it, communicate, right? I feel like using your mouth will be very beneficial here in getting things moving forward. You have the Two of Wands, which is about like taking the lead. It's also about realizing that things can be different. He is standing at the top of the castle. He's got his whole world in his hands, but he thinks that he has seen everything that there is to see. He rushed to a finish line, and he thinks that there's nothing more for him to experience in the world, but he has the whole world in his hands. It's like there's so much more that he couldn't experience. So the Two of Wands sometimes, to me, it says like don't like think all situations are exactly the same, because they're not. There are plenty of different situations, right? Not everything is the same. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands. Again, you probably experienced inconsistent energy in the past, but I feel like this is much more different. I really feel it's like a whirlwind romance. It's like once it gets going, I feel like the two of you could be adventuring, traveling, like doing all these fun things. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, still thinking about the past. So, Five of Cups is about needing to realize that there's something much better behind you. And again, this could be tied into whatever this tower moment from the past was. But I really feel, again, this whatever this was, even if it wasn't a person, if it was, I feel like they were dense. If it's a situation that was a loss of the past, I feel like it was a dense situation. You're being made more free. With the Two of Wands, you have the Empress. Are you kidding? Definitely a lot of abundance, definitely a lot of success coming in for you. So, this is what I'd be focusing on. I feel like you need to explore new opportunities, and don't just be like, oh, all these situations are exactly the same. Like I said, Cancer. At the end here, for messages from your future self, you have this card that says, leave the past behind, last quarter moon in Capricorn. So I don't think we need to beat a dead horse. I would just leave the past behind. Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. I mean, literally, Nine of Pentacles is my card of newness. It's not an accurate way to read tarot, but, well, I mean, for me it is, I should say, but to me, it's a clue card for the new. And so I feel like you are entering into new situations, and you're perfectly prepared as well. It's like she has 6 pentacles over here, 3 over here. She's willing to give 3 pentacles to a new situation, and she always keeps 6 pentacles for herself. She always, keeps enough energy for herself so she's not over giving in any situation. Those 3 pentacles become worth more over time as well because she's fulfilling herself. It's not like 3 pentacles as in it's only 3 pentacles. It's really like a percentage of her energy. And that amount is always growing because she's always fulfilling herself first, right? So she's always able to give more and more and more, but it isn't a burden because she always is also saving more and more and more for herself. She's always finding new ways to fulfill herself, new ways to make herself feel good, like all that. So I would definitely be practicing that. You have the Queen of Wands. Again, I feel like there's some sort of risk that you need to take. She has no salamanders on her cloak. She has no salamanders on the card. In the tarot, the Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the King of Wands all have salamanders. Salamanders represent protection from fire, and they kind of represent protection from risk. So I feel like there are risks that you could be taking at this time. I would take the risk because I feel like you'll be successful, but she has to, that's the whole point, is that she has to be bold, courageous. She has to take a risk, and I feel like your future self is saying, whatever you want, go for it. I feel like you're very attractive at this time as well, so again, you could be attracting love. 4 of Pentacles, there's really no need to babble on about this again. I feel like the 4 of Pentacles is saying to leave a comfort zone. I feel like it is time for you to leave some sort of comfort zone here. With the 4 of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's a burden. It's dense. It's like the past is density. That's what this reading is talking about. It's like the past is dense, and I feel like that's what you're going to realize in the future, is that maybe you just maybe the past wasn't very flexible, maybe it was very stiff and very hard to move through. It's like what you're moving into, maybe you feel a little bit off balance because it's like the support of the density isn't there, but I feel like as you move forward, you're going to be building your muscles. It's like if you lived your life again in Jello and you were always supported, maybe your muscles, well, I mean, don't get me started, but anyway, just bear with me here, because I'm sure some expert scientist in the comments is going to be like, actually, if you move through Jello, there's more density, so your muscles would be stronger. I don't care. Okay, we're living in my fantasy here, Cancer. So what I would say is maybe your muscles wouldn't be very strong because it's like you were being supported, but now you're moving into something where you're not supported. You're supporting yourself, but really you're becoming stronger. That's how I see this. I don't know, weird, but I like it. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Strength card. I mean, literally exactly what I just said. Becoming stronger, love it, and more courageous. And with the 9 of Pentacles, you have the 4 Swords, recovery. So I feel like you're healing. I also feel like your focus is very important. You go from the Ace of Swords down to the 9 of Pentacles. Both cards represent your focus and the things that you focus on. So I would make sure to focus on things that make you feel strong, happy, all those things. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this hand card. It says, in need of help, assistance, or guidance. Don't be afraid to, ask people for help, assistance, or guidance. I feel like there are people who want to help you in your life, or people can help guide you, and I would accept that guidance. You have the Wheel card. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. I feel like this is what's coming to an end. It's like you're taking control of your destiny or something like that with this energy. You have this Rooster spirit. It says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross, person from the past. Again, spiritual flat tire. I feel like this could be a past person. I would avoid them. Or if you just have a person like that in your life, I would avoid it. You have this harp. It says great happiness on it. So I do feel like there's a lot of happiness clearly coming in for you. And you also have this lion. It says time to act. The whole entire reading has been saying it is time for you to act on something. But this is an amazing reading, Cancer. Love it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.